NDTV Profit. I am Mahima Vachhrajani and with me is Anushi Vakharia. You are watching Ask Profit, a show where we get all your stock related queries answered from our fundamental and technical guests. You can send your queries on the number that's flashing on your screen or any other social media platforms. But before we move on to our guests and your queries, let's take a quick check on how the markets are doing at present. Well, in terms of the benchmark indices, today are trading within a tight range. Nifty 50 has sustained the 24,700 levels. However, it's trading flat, roughly 0.15% higher. It's trading within a range of roughly 100 odd points, currently 35 odd points away from its day's high. In terms of Sensex is trading within a range of 270 odd points, nearing to its day's highs, currently 20 points away from its day's highs. However, it's trading flat, up around 0.03% higher. Let's also take a quick look at what the broader markets are doing. In terms of the mid-cap 150, the index is up around 0.3%, and the small-cap 250 is doing a tad bit better than the benchmarks as well as the mid-cap 150, up around 0.8%. Let's also quickly pull up the contributors on the Nifty today. Let's see what's weighing up and weighing down the Nifty. There you go. There's ITC, Reliance, L&T, Bharti Airtel, which is weighing up the Nifty, and some constituents that are weighing down the Nifty include HDFC Bank, ICICI Bank, SBI and Ultratech. So some banking names that are weighing down on the Nifty today. Let's also take a quick look at the breadth of the market. What is the exact advance and decline ratio like? There you go. It's nearly 2:1, where around 1400 odd advances to 600 odd declines. Let's also quickly pull up what the sectors are doing, which sectors are gaining and which are losing. There you go. There's Nifty Media, which is trading at 1.3% higher. There's also Nifty FMCG, which is recovered from yesterday, trading around almost 1% higher. There's Nifty Pharma, which is trading around 0.8% higher, majorly on back of Divi's gaining. But something that's not doing well is Nifty Realty, down around 1.1%. Nifty Bank is under pressure, down around 0.6%. Nifty PSU Bank also down around 0.5%. Let's also take a quick look at some of the stocks and some stock specific actions. Let's pull up Genus Power and Infrastructure. Well, the company has received 3 orders of roughly 3,600 odd crores, and this will involve installation and commissioning of about 4.26 smart paid meters, and the stock is locked in upper circuit. It's gained over 5% in trade today. Let's also quickly pull up Sansera Engineering. The company has approved fundraising of 1,200 crore via QIP. And let's see what the stock is doing. The stock has cooled off from its day's highs. It's right now trading at 0.12% higher. Let's also quickly pull up Dhanuka Agritech. It's announced a buyback of 5 lakh shares, and the buyback is at a premium of 14% at 2,000 per piece, which is from yesterday's closing. The stock is up around 2.5%. And two stocks which have had block deals today, PNB Housing and Scient DLM. PNB around 5.4% equity exchanged hands. The stock is rising in trade, up around 9% as we speak, and Scient DLM also 15% equity changed hands. The stock is down around 2.3%. But Anushi, the focus today is Divi, the Nifty 50 company, which is up and above in trade.
Absolutely. So the focus again shifts back to the pharma space, but we have more details coming in. Puneet joins in to share in more details. Puneet, what's going on in Divi's lab? Can you share more details over here?
Well, there has been, a movement in Novartis, which is, the giant of the medical world. But specific to that action, Divi is one of the key beneficiaries. So let's try and break down what the details are. So FDA approval to a generic version of, Novartis medicine has now been paused. This will be key for Divi's going forward. But before that, just some background on what this transaction is. Now, Novartis has particularly appealed for this particular injunction, but, that has been denied to Novartis going forward. They will be, appeals will be made to the court, for making a stay on this particular, this court transaction as well. Now, just to give some background, on 13th of August, the Delaware District Court had, rejected Novartis infringement on a new launch by MSN, which is another peer pharma company, on their launch of the new drug, which is called Entresto. Now the thing is, Novartis is one of the makers of Entresto, the same chemistry with a different name. And once that MSN had launched this particular product, they appealed against infringement rights, which has now been rejected. Currently, FDA had given an approval for the generic version of Entresto to Novartis earlier on, but now that has also been paused down. Why Divi is in news according to this whole transaction is because going forward now, Novartis will have to rely on Divi's to give the chemistry for these particular products. It is a positive outcome as Divi supplies this to the innovator, which is Novartis in this particular case, and restriction on any generics entering the market will also reduce the supply as well as would support price and volume going forward. So it's a key benefit to someone like a Divi who supplies to drug makers such as Novartis, and that's probably the reason why Divi is buzzing in trade today. Back to you.
All right, that's the new development that we are looking in Divi's lab, but we'll take this across to our guest for today joining into the show. Saurabh Jain, Equity Head Research from SMC Global Securities, and Rajesh Singh, Senior Technical Analyst from Opulent Investment Advisors join in. Hello and welcome to Ask Profit. Saurabh, first I'll take it across to you. What is your outlook on Divi's lab?
Hi, good morning. Thank you for having me on the show. See, if you look at the numbers, the quarterly numbers were also good. The management is quite confident about the growth prospects in the domestic as well as in the international market, and this has come like icing on the cake. Surely, I mean, it was clearly said by your correspondent that the Divis will be, it will be non-advantageous side because of this ruling, and Novartis will be dependent on Divi's lab for particular drug. So in that sense, I think the pharmaceutical sector as far as stock is looking good. I think one should look at for the long-term perspective. I think long-term story lies ahead.
Okay, so that's the fundamental view on Divi's lab. But in fact, our first query is also on the short-term outlook on Divi's labs. This is from Chandrasekhar N. I'll come to you, Brajesh, for this one. What is your view on Divi's labs?
So if I talk about for the short term, the trend looked positive to me, and since the volume breakout has been witnesses on the chart, and 4,895 around the stocks has been trading. So present rate can be used to go long, even in the dip towards the level of 4,850. Also, one can take a long position in it. As a stop loss wise, I'll say it has a nice support at 4,600, 4,640 odd level. So one can keep that thing as a stop loss. Regarding what the target has been considered, stock can go towards the level of 5,400 or 5,440, and time frame in that way would be at least for a 1 month to a couple of month time frame.
Okay, thank you for that, Brajesh. I think I'll stick with you for the next question. Next question is from Shabir Surti. He's saying that he's holding 150 shares of Bombay Dyeing at 142, and he's asking what's the target, whether he should hold or book profits now. And his profit right now is roughly 11,730. So he wants to know whether he should hold or book profits now.
So I'll say hold on to your profit. Nothing. The trend still look positive towards me from a chart point of view. It's been considered 220 around stock has been trading till stock doesn't break a level of 205 on the closing basis. I don't feel nothing negative on the chart frame. So I'll say hold on to your position. Regarding with the resistance has been considered, which can be used as for the profit booking has been considered. So for the short term, it has a resistance at 229, 230 zone where one should look out for booking a small profit in it. And above that level of 230, if it give a closing above 230, then the stock can jump towards the level of 260 to 265 short term has been considered. So if someone has a view of a 1 month or for a couple of months, and 260 should be the level as a target, and 205 as your trading stop loss.
All right, so that was the view on Bombay Dyeing. But now moving forward to one stock which has continued to remain in focus in these last couple of trading sessions, which is Mazagon Dock. Monica Sharma from Bengaluru holds the shares at a price of about 2,550 per piece. Saurabh, I'll come to you for this. What is the long-term outlook on this one? What are your views on this?
Well, the company is good, the operation performance is good, and the order book is also very good. The long-term prospects looks very bright, but at the same time, this long-term story has been priced well into the prices. In my opinion, the stock is pricey. I mean, on the valuation sides, it certainly looks expensive. Since he has bought at a price of approximately 2,000, it is better to get some profit from the table. I would recommend to book at least 50% of holding.
Okay, thank you for that. In fact, we spoke to the MD and Chairman, Mr. Sanjeev Singhal of Mazagon Talk today. You can find the entire interview on YouTube and the story as well on our website of NDTV Profit. But moving on, next query is from Hemant of Hyderabad. He's holding Banco PDS shares at 500 a piece, and he wants a medium-term outlook. I think, Brijesh, I'll come to you for this one. What are your views on this?
Banco product you told me, if I'm not mistaken?
Banco, yes.
Yeah, okay. The stock now is trading at 660 around, and the trend looked little bit negative on a part. From August, 5th of August, the stock had broken the important level, and that was a gap down opening of on 5th of August when the stock made a high was 720. So in that scenario, stock has to cross 720. The Banco has to cross 720. Then only we can say that trend can be reversed. Whereas on the downside, it has a support at 630 or 35 odd level, where the long-term moving average is been lying. So keep that thing as a stop loss. If stock breaks 630, it can drift towards the level of 590 or 595. So one can keep that thing as a stop loss. 720 is a level where one should look out as a trend reversal, we can say. If it trades above 720 mark, then it has a potential to go all the way to 850 to 860 odd level. So right now, hold on with a stop loss of 630.
Okay, so that was the view on Banco now, but coming to the next query, this is from Rakesh Reddy. He wants to understand is it the right time to buy Ethos? Saurabh, I want to come to you. Do you have the stock under coverage? It has gained significantly in this last 1 year. It's almost about 100% of a return in this period itself. Do you think it's the right time to buy at this price?
See, it is the only company which is into this space, and the valuation doesn't matter. I mean, people who are quite bullish on this stock are lapping up stock at any price. In my opinion, it is quite expensive, but at the same time, the business model is quite good. They have a consumer of high-end class, and they are dealing with the very, very expensive luxury watches in which waiting period is so high. I mean, you can buy certainly this stock, but I would recommend to buy on declines.
Okay, Saurabh, I'll stick with you for the next one. The next question is from Pramod Singh, and he wants your outlook on Ola Electric. We've seen significant stock surge, but yesterday the stock was under pressure, and today the stock is trading nearly flat. So your outlook on Ola Electric?
I mean, the company has yet to make profits. It is the only listed company, pure EV play, which got listed on the bourses. And I think it is the exuberance, it is the liquidity which has resulted into such a 100% kind of appreciation after listing. The listing was quite muted. I would certainly not recommend to go with this because I think it is because of the lack of opportunities that people are lapping up. I think surely sanity will come in some days, and this stock will cool down. So at least wait for 6 months, see how the results are planning out.
Okay, so wait more for 6 months to how the company pans out with its results. But with that time, it's time to slip into a short break. Lots more queries lined up on the other side, so do stay tuned in.
Welcome back. You're watching Ask Profit, a show where we address all your queries. You can ask your queries on the number that is flashing on your screen or any of the social media platforms of NDTV Profit. Well, the next query is from B. Teja, who's from Bengaluru. He's holding 1,000 shares of Orient Green Power at 25 a piece, and his question is whether to hold or sell. He has made a loss of roughly 3,850 right now, so he wants to understand hold or sell. Brijesh, I think I'll come to you for this.
What rate he has bought it?
25 a piece.
Okay, so right now it's been trading at 21 rupees 15 paisa around. So first of all I'll say hold on with your stock. Stock has a support around a current level of 20 to 21 rupees zone. Keeping a stop loss of 19 rupees, I'll suggest you to hold on. Once stock crosses 22 rupees, then only we can say your level would be achievable. So right now I would be saying hold on with the stop loss of 19 rupees, 22 around where the resistance lies. So if it trades above 22 rupees, use that level to exit your stock. So I would be suggesting right now hold on. Nothing promising from a chart point of view, but only thing is that I don't feel that 19 rupees would be breaking on the downside.
Okay, so the next query is more on the fundamental side. I'll come to you, Saurabh, on this one. Shlok Patel wants to understand the outlook for NTPC for the next 1 to 2 years. What's your view on this one?
I think certainly we are quite bullish on the utility side, and NTPC is actually a proxy of the utility sector. I mean, the prospects looks very good. In the next 1 to 2 years, many of the projects will go on streamline, and they have a very big capex pipeline too, and the government is on the support side. It is the only listed play which is working largely on a very big way on the hydrogen side of the market also. So in that sense, I think if you want to invest, you can invest for the long term. And then if you have such a kind of horizon, then I would also recommend to buy in a staggered manner on declines.
Okay, the next question is from Ashok, who's from Mumbai. He's holding 20,000 shares of IOC at 50 a piece, and he's almost made a profit of 24.5 lakh right now. Brijesh, should he hold or sell?
So first of all, congratulations for holding such a counter for the longer term time frame at 50 rupees. Now it is trading 172 rupees. I'll say at least book partial profit in it and keep a trailing stop loss of 150 rupees. If it breaks 150, don't look to exit. Regarding with the resistance or the target on the higher side has been considered. The level would be 185, 186. So if we are able to cross that level, then it is heading towards the level of 210, 220. But partial profit at this stage should be booked with keeping a trailing stop of 150 rupees.
All right, the next query, I want to take it up to you, Saurabh, first. Is it the right time to buy Nalco on sale? Do you have the stocks under coverage?
See, both have the metal counters, and it is normally metal stocks work on how the global economics plans out. In the last few days, we have seen that despite weakness in the global economy, the metals prices have stabilized. The copper, the aluminium, and the steel, for example, are stabilizing, and there is a feel in the market that the China economy is actually will experience upswing going forward. So in that sense, I think one can look at the metals.
All right, that's a fundamental view. But Brijesh, I'll come to you also on this one. What is your view on these metal stocks? How is it looking on the charts?
So 2-3 days back, there was a upliftment in the metal stocks. Nalco was there, Hindalco, SAIL, then Hindustan Zinc was there. But from a chart point of view, I'll suggest 2 stocks, one for the trading bet and one for the investment bet. So Hindalco looks good on the chart at present date also 684 around it's been trading. So for a short term bet it's been considered. One can look out to buy at the present date with a stop loss of 670. Play for the target of 710 to 720 odd level. sale, if someone has a view of say 6 month plus horizon, then only they can look out to buy this counter. Still the stock has been trading with lower tops, lower bottom formation in downward channel slope, and I feel that 110 to 115 odd zone is a strong support that should not be get broken, so one can keep that thing as a stop loss of 110. Present rate or dip towards the 120 to 125 can be used to go long for the averaging purpose. Regarding with the resistance is been considered, stock has a resistance at 155 odd level. That is the first resistance level where the supply zone has been there. If we are surpassing that level, then the next level to watch on the higher side would be 190 to 195.
Okay, the next query is from Sanjay Das, and he wants an outlook on Jio Finance. I think we'll have a view both in terms of funda and technical. Saurabh, I'll come to you first with the funda view.
See, we are quite positive on the Jio Finance. It is a company which is of the Reliance Group, and the company has a lot of great plans. I think the plans have not been, visible on the operation side, but the company is executing those plans, and in the next 2-3 years, it can be a multi-bagger. So in that sense, I think it is a hold.
Okay, and Brijesh, your view on Jio Finance, how does it look on charts?
So for the short-term bet has been considered, stock has been trading with lower tops and lower bottom formation. Even we draw Fibonacci from a previous swing highs of 394 and taking up previous swing lows of 305 or 7 odd level. So it has a golden ratio value coming at around 61.8% ratio value coming at around 360 odd level. And right now it's been trading near the support zone. It had made a base at 190. So purely for a pullback rally point of view, I'll say one can look out to buy at 334 zone with keeping a stop loss of 315 and play for the target of 340 followed by 360 odd level.
Okay, now coming to the next one is on Adani Wilmar over here. So again, standard disclaimer, the NTTV is a subsidiary of MG Media Networks, which is an Adani Group company. Coming to the query now, the query is about Adani Wilmar. What is your view, Saurabh? I want to come to you first. 7,200 loss that we are looking at. This is from Anil Jain, Bhopal. Can you share your outlook on this?
I think on the operations side, the numbers were better in the June quarter, and it is overall we are bullish on the FMCG sector, and I think if you can keep it for the long term, you'll surely able to make money. I'll suggest hold for long term.
Okay, we'll shift focus to something that's happening in the NCL, an order which has come from the NCLT Mumbai. The Mumbai bench of the National Company Law Tribunal has approved delisting of ICICI Securities from the bourses. Charu joins us now with more details on it.
Hi, so the National Company Law Tribunal bench of Mumbai has recently passed the order in the ICICI delisting case approving the delisting scheme. So now shareholders will get 67 ICICI bank shares for every 100 securities shares. Now the issue here is that a case by the shareholders, basically a kind of a class action was going on before the bench of Mumbai as well as New Delhi. While the New Delhi case is still pending, the challenges to the delisting scheme by the minority shareholders in NCLT Mumbai have been rejected. A similar case is also going on before the Bombay High Court. While we are going to be waiting for the directions in those cases, the one pending litigation in NCLT Mumbai has been disposed of and the delisting scheme has been approved as of now.
Okay, thank you, Charu, for giving us that update. So viewers will keep you updated with more news on this particular piece. The next one, next let's move on to what the markets are doing at present. Let's take a quick look at some of the counters which are really buzzing in trade, as we discussed, like PNB Housing, which is buzzing on the back of a bulk trade, and let's see what it's doing as of now. The stock is up around 8.6%. Let's also take a quick look at what the benchmarks are doing. Nifty 50, let's pull up that chart and see what's happened in the past half an hour. There you go. The stock is not doing much. In fact, it's down since we did see in the past half an hour. It's roughly trading 0.07% higher. Let's also quickly pull up the Sensex and see what Sensex is doing. So the Sensex is now turned in red, down around 0.06%, roughly 43 points down. And it's the range is within the 80,750 mark. Let's also quickly pull up the broader markets, what they are doing. The mid cap 150 is still there. It's maintained its momentum up around 0.3%, and small cap 250 also has maintained its momentum. In fact, it's gained a little and up around 0.9%. Let's pull up the sectors again and see what the sectors are doing, and see what media is doing. Let's also quickly pull up the media. In fact, the contributors on the Nifty media today, and see what stocks are pushing the Nifty media. There you go. There's Nazara Tech, which is up 4.7%, Z Entertainment, which is up 3.8%, Dish TV up around 1.7%. Only 3 stocks in red: Tips Industries, Sun TV, and Saregama. Let's also quickly pull up the Nifty FMCG and see what are the contributors on the Nifty FMCG today. I believe Varun Beverages is the one that's pulling up the Nifty FMCG. There was a BofA note which is given a 23% upside, and the stock is up around 3.85%. But with that, we're completely out of time on this edition of Ask Profit. Thank you, Saurabh and Britesh, for joining us on the show today. And viewers, thank you for joining in and giving your queries. Remember, we'll get all your stock-related queries answered with funda and technical guests on Ask Profit every day at 11:30. For more news and updates, stay tuned to NDTV Profit.